In this video, we're going to take a look at how we can use shader graph with the universal render pipeline in Unity to create customizable liveries for a player vehicle. In the Boat Attack game demo, we built a system that allows the player to choose between a number of different vehicle styles with a series of different color customizations. The system was built using a custom shader in shader graph and uses masked textures to color different parts of the boats. Let's take a look at how we can build a shader like this ourselves and how we can build a system to set the data on our material at runtime. I have a boat model here that's looking a bit bare at the moment. Let's create a shader for it in shader graph and start building the masked shader for our customization system. Let's choose Create, Shader, PBR Graph, and call it Boat Mask. Let's also create a material for this by right-clicking and choosing Create, Material. Then let's assign it to our boat mesh. Let's start by setting up the textures. I have 3 images here that make up the textures we'll need for our boat. The Boat Attack demo makes use of packed textures for optimization on multiple platforms. So we've packed a few different textures into the same image file. We're going to need to break apart some of the channels to separate them out into their final texture maps. In our blackboard, let's create 3 texture 2D properties. The first texture will be our albedo and ambient occlusion. The second will contain our metallic map in the red channel, smoothness map in the green channel, and the masks for the colors in our blue and alpha channels. Our final texture will be assigned to our normal map. Let's create 3 sample texture 2D nodes in our graph and connect our texture 2D properties to them and make sure to set the type of our last texture 2D node to normal. We can connect each of our channels up to preview nodes to better visualize the individual textures packed into the channels of our texture 2D images. Let's then connect up our main textures to their respective ports on the master node here. As you can see, our boat is now textured and looks ready to be painted. So let's add support into our shader for color customization. In our blackboard, let's add 2 color properties called primary color and secondary color. Let's also be sure to set name references here too. So let's use _primary color and _secondary color. Let's add 2 multiply nodes. Here, let's connect our first mask and the primary color, and then let's connect our second mask and multiply it by our secondary color. Then let's connect the results of these 2 into an add node. If we play with the default color in the blackboard, you should be able to see that when combined, these 2 masks now make up a full color texture for our boat. The final thing we need to do is add in the details from our albedo texture. So let's connect the 2 up using a multiply node and connect the result into the albedo port on our master node. If we take a look at the boat in our scene, we can now fully customize its look by changing the colors on the material in the inspector. A shader like this can be a great way to add variety to models in your scene without needing to completely retexture or remodel them. I've built a little UI menu with a script attached to change the colors on our material. In the inspector, each icon has a button component attached to the game object. When the button is pressed, it calls a set primary color or set secondary color method on the UI script and sends an index number to the script to represent the color from the color array on the script. I'm accessing the material on the mesh using the shared material property and calling the set color method on the material. Using the reference names we assigned earlier, I'm accessing the color property on the shader and setting the color from the item at the corresponding index in the array. Shader graph makes it easy to change and adjust settings in a script to allow us to further customize our materials with programmable behavior like this. For more information on shader graph in Unity and to download and explore the features of the Boat Attack game demo for yourself, follow the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.